This is our moment. This is our time. Time is now. It's time to rise. This is our moment. This is our time. The time is now. It's time to rise. Yeah. Coming for glory. We ready for war. The city's behind us. We giving you more. We ready whenever. The world is watching. The time is now. No other option. No other way. Play to win the way that we play. Destined for greatness. Want to be great. Ahead of the game. In front of the pack. Leading the way. It's time to reign. The kingdom's here. This is our year. Been to the bottom. Ain't nothing to fear. We running the game. Rushing the field. For every yard. On every play. Nobody's safe. Rise when we fall. But never stay down. The champs is here. Doing it for the 10. This is our moment. This is our time. The time is now. It's time to rise. This is our moment. This is our time. Time is now. Time to rise. It's time to rise. This is our time. It's our moment. It's our time. Feet in the dirt. Nose to the ground. Like the crack of dawn. You can't stop the shine. Moment after moment. Day after day. It's our time. Lock and loaded, it's time for war. Ha. Tear down, kick in the door. Yeah, I want it all, give me some more. Ha. I want it all, give me some more. I want it all, give me some more. Yeah. Kill them all, it's time for war. It's time for war. Like pandemonium, I set it off. Yeah. Sacrifice, I bear the cross. Legendary, I'm a big dog. Hard knock on the front line. Pure blood, my bloodline. Headshots the first time. My aim good, bullseye. Warfare. Don't play fair, don't play fair. You not sure? Don't go there, I'm right here. No fear, I'm ready to go at top speed. No brick wall can block me. No army can stop me. Yeah, I want it all and I can't lose. I came far and I won't stop. This my time, I pay dues. Yeah, it's wartime and I won't retreat. I want it all, give me some more. I kill them all, won't taste defeat. Nah. Now bow down at the king's feet. It's time for war. I want it all, give me some more. Kill them all, it's time for war. Kill them all, it's time for war. It's time for war.
This is Finish Line.
This episode is an exclusive production solely for the private, non-commercial use of our listening audience. Any publication, reproduction, transmission of the accounts without the express written consent or permission is restricted and prohibited. To hear this replay or other previous podcasts, download on iHeartRadio, iTunes Radio, and TuneIn. As always, this show is for you. Thank you for listening.
This is Finish Line. Undisputed, unrealistic, unscripted, and unrehearsed. This is Finish Line, a weekly podcast talking about the positive and negative of motorsports, asking the questions to drivers, promoters, and personalities, getting the information and responses of the sport others dare not to ask or even discuss. This is Finish Line. This radio podcast is from the heart, an in-depth analysis of everything in NASCAR, NHRA, IHRA, IndyCar, grassroots motorsports, asphalt, dirt, drag racing, karting, tractor pulling, boat racing, demolition derbies, and much more. From touring events to national, regional, weekly, and more. This is the podcast where the bull stops here. Whether it's asphalt, dirt, or drag racing, or anything else in life, there is always a finish line. Now, he's a respected veteran broadcaster with over 20-plus years experience calling all forms of sports for public address, TV, and radio. From NASCAR to the grassroots. Please welcome your host, Wesley Outland. This is Finish Line.
And a cold Wesley out at that. Welcome back. We got Terry Radford alongside. We are bundled up now like Eskimos. Okay, it's not officially like Eskimos, but I at least had to go from the polo shirt to. By the way, who the people that made our shirts?
Vita Prince,
They're awesome.
Georgia.
Man, they're awesome.
Yeah,
Vita Prince.
People.
Thank you to Vita Prince. I am in no way trying to take my clothes off here, but I'm trying to put my jacket back on here. Well, that's the finish line. I promise you, this is going to be a very fast 30-minute recap show, if you will. Terry Radford, I'm Wesley Outland. We got a couple of drivers that are going to be guests lined up. I've invited them to come join us on the stage, but we're going to do this for about 30 minutes, and that's it. We're going to wrap up and get ready. And by the way, coming up later tonight, the Championship 4 for the Northwest Racing Series Truck Series will be decided. Terry Radford, myself, at up in the press box at Florence Motor Speedway up top side, where the heat will be on.
Yes.
Thank you to Steve Zacharias.
Yes.
In addition to that, we'll have Jason Rockefeller and Tim Moore joining us for the program as well. All of that will be coming up here from the coverage of Finish Line as soon as we wrap it up here with our coverage. Thank you so much. By the way, thanks to all of the sponsors that make it happen, and we welcome you. So, your take of Thursday practice, it's amazing how fast the day flew by, hands down. Pretty good shows as well.
Yeah, recap-wise, you saw a lot of drivers come out here, put a lot of laps down. Practice went by super quick, and you saw a bunch of changes happen on these cars. They started on the racetrack, and they brought what they brought. But then as the race or as the practice progressed, and you continuously seen them make changes on them, you watch people jump from mid-pack to top of the charts.
That's right.
Josh Berry took that number 3 for Dale Jr. P1. In the closing minutes of the practice here for the late models, jumped it to the top, made a bunch of changes on that car. So hopefully Dale, he shook it down good for him to get out there. Carson had a good one. A lot of these drivers out here had a good practice. I mean, you see the lights on behind us. There's still cars leaving, but we're still here. A
lot of haulers are still staying, but the trucks and the toters that they came in are the ones that are dispersing and going to the hotels or their campers. Ooh. There's people camping outside, man. We need to do Finish Line from the damn campgrounds over there, bro. It's like a NASCAR atmosphere.
There's people camping over yonder. There's people camping over yonder. You got fire pits going on out here. You want to talk about a party atmosphere. Tomorrow is going to be the party. We got a race tomorrow night. Then we got the big main event on Saturday.
That's right.
This place is just going to be electric. It's going to kind of feel like when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson shows up at a WWE event. The most electrifying man of sports entertainment. Well, the most popular driver's here. He's here. He's not on site here, but he's in the Florence, South Carolina area. He's ready to go.
About 7 minutes from now, he's supposed to be Dale Earnhardt Jr.
The fans were here all day. There was about 20, 30 fans come up here. It was zero entry.
Yes.
We got, start charging for tickets. Tickets are on sale till midnight tonight. There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen here. We'll still be here for Finish Line. We'll do our show. We'll go up and down pit lane and have a whole lot of fun. I actually got a battery pack this time. So Terry's not going to die this time.
You were prepared. I got to tell you, I'm proud of you.
We went prepared. We went and got that. We're ready to go for finish line. We'll walk up and down pit lane tomorrow with a mic, with an actual charged phone.
That's right.
So you got to be
the plan tomorrow is to do at least 1 or 2 shows, of course, and set the stage for the big show, the qualifying show. Let's go bring in the third member of our crew, of course, producer director in Texas, as I am manning social media as well as we speak. Charles, welcome back, man. I hope you're warm.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's 42 degrees right now, by the way.
You said third member. Here. I was about to say who? We bringing in a guest? Warning. He said third member. I was like, who's that? I don't know who. You didn't tell me anybody was coming.
I mean, you're the guy that produces, but somehow, some way, you want to be a part of the show.
Yeah,
so
and I don't know how.
The voice pops in of Charles Woot. So go ahead. Yeah.
And for the record, I did buy a whole new camera so that I can be on more of these shows. But yes, actually, here in the studio, it is a nice toasty 79 degrees. So I feel bad that y'all are cold, but hey, at least one of you looks good in the shirt. You put it on top of the hoodie instead of underneath it. Good money was spent on these shirts, and he's wearing it underneath the hoodie.
Listen.
Hey, listen, okay? You can bite me, all right? I'm not taking my clothes off for you, Charles.
Well,
okay?
That's a good thing. Listen, I didn't want you to.
I'm wearing the shirt, okay? I've got the shirt on. It's just cold. I had to put the thermal jacket on underneath, all right?
And to make it to make it even better, like, people actually know who he is. I walk up down pit road with a black hoodie on there. I'm like, get off of pit road. You don't belong here. So I got to have something on to make them think that I'm a part of the media out here covering this race with them. But these drivers were super friendly.
Oh, yeah.
For a new guy walking up asking for an interview, they let me.
She said, no, they're not.
Yeah,
no, they're not. They're not.
They let me talk to them.
She should know. She's been a long-time person in the media, in the business, and she works at the ticket booth with those nice snow-cap shoes on.
I walked up there and handed them a microphone. I walked up and said, hey, how was the car? And they were so quick and responsive to say, man, it was good. It was such
it's not going to look right.
It was such a good time out here. I think these drivers are nice. Hopefully they hear us and they got a smile that all these drivers that let me interview them today was super cool. And I thought it was all right.
Tell Boo Boo we're waiting for him. Ross Boo Boo Dalton, some of the drivers we have invited, hopefully some more to join us here on the set. And we're going to do a fast 30-minute show. All right, Charles, go back to what you were saying. We cut you off.
While you do your texting and social media stuff, Terry, I just want to tell you what I was told when I started doing photography years ago. With show up, look like you're supposed to be there, just act like you're supposed to be there. No one will question you. You had that microphone that said NASCAR on it. No one's going to question you. You just go where you want.
That's absolutely true. I did have it. But tell you what, holding a microphone though was a little bit more weird than what I thought it would be. Because normally we do the iRacing shows together, and we wear this wraparound headset.
We do.
And you think,
I'm a fan of headsets.
I'm a very big fan of these headsets. But when you go out there and you're holding a mic and you're putting it in somebody's face, I got to understand that there's a height adjustment to some of these drivers. Some of these drivers are a little bit shorter than me at 6'3", and you kind of can't hold the phone. You can't be just sitting there holding the phone like this right here, trying to get them and looking down at it. But you got to get it right. And
okay, so practice. Yes.
On flow.
Yes, if you look at the bottom, look right there.
Right here.
Watch the race on Flow Racing. Yeah. Watch it on Flow Racing. Right there we go. I can't believe I'm getting closer and closer to Terry. Right there. Watch the race on Flow Racing. Charles, I always say this, but when it's live, it's live. Okay, stop laughing in the background. They can hear you.
They can all hear me out there, but I tell you what, everybody right here is wanting to party. All these drivers. There's a driver of the 31 back there, Cruz, ready to party.
That's Toby Milliken's team. If Toby Milliken wants to join us on stage, come on over here. Ross Boo Boo Dalton. Landon Pimbleton was over there.
Chris back there.
Hey, did you hear what happened between Chris Throckmorton and Sam Yarborough? So they got together. We had a little scuffle here during practice Thursday at Florence, Charles, and Sam Yarborough, the 95 car, Aaron's Lisa rental machine, got into it with Chris Throckmorton in the 63. Ironically, they parked right beside each other on the pit
I talked to both of them.
And they both took some damage on their race cars. And supposedly there was a little bit of throwing of Hans devices and throwing seatbelts.
That's what we need
here. When they got out
but
of
let's ask them a question real quick. How many beers y'all going to drink tonight? All of them. That's what I like to hear. All of them. They're ready to party too.
You have your beer.
I only have one other question. So just confirm
ahead,
that
Charles,
Wesley, the fans out there can hear, correct? They can hear us right now?
They can hear you.
Okay,
Yes, they can hear you on the speakers. Go ahead. Yes.
We did this at the last live broadcast, so I want to know if there's any fans out there, if there is a go-to lunch or, in the concession stand, trash can, nachos, tater tots, whatever. We got to get Wesley some tomorrow on the show. So if anyone out there feels like, donating some, hey, we did it last time. We got to get him to eat some spicy nachos or something.
Well, wait a minute. First off, I just want to tell you smart aleck, that the concession stands are closed.
I say, yeah, but this is for tomorrow.
Poor Terry had to eat a damn cold cheeseburger. Okay, that's a cheeseburger I had from 2 o'clock.
5 hours old.
Right, that's what I'm telling you. Like,
I ate it.
He's like, Wesley, I got your burger, man. Like,
He didn't eat it. He didn't eat it.
I'm sorry.
He didn't even eat it. He ate the first one, not the second one. I bought him 2. I got me 1, and
I scarfed that sucker down when you were down at the pit.
It was so good. What? It was hot. I tell you what, though, you go down here to these concessions. If you're not here at this racetrack, they got a bologna sandwich. I'm gonna eat one of them suckers tomorrow.
Bologna burgers.
Bologna burgers. I'm gonna eat one of them things tomorrow. It's got odd juice sauce on it and steak sauce on it.
Steve Zacharias talked about
thick.
it here on Finish Line this afternoon. They're like that thick for the.
They got burgers. They got hot dogs. They got fries. They got candy. They got all sorts of sodas. Concession stands inside the pit. Concession stands under the booth. Sex stands outside. Get some food while you're here and spend money at the racetrack. Do what you're supposed to do and support these local drivers and help this racetrack do what they need to do to get everything ready to go.
Well, we've invited a couple of drivers to join us on set here. Finish Line's going to be a very, very fast show. I think we got about another 20 minutes or so.
Cold.
And again, coming up here, listen, I was just so glad that they said, "Hey, man, you can set up here and do your deal in the broadcast booth," because
it's cold out here.
It certainly is. What? What's wrong with you?
It's cold out here. We're gonna be freezing to death. We come out here and do an iRace show at 11:30. We're gonna freeze,
man.
It ain't even gonna be funny. He's gonna put us on camera, and we're gonna be sitting here like, here they come into turn 1, and
oh. Well, I don't know about all that, but
yeah.
That's going to certainly be fun. Thank you so much, everybody, joining us on social media, of course, here from Finish Line Live Motorsports Show. I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors, as we've done for Finish Line all year long. Thank you to Tanya McAllister Precision Marketing, of course, CrateInsider.com. Last I heard from Kate Dillon last Sunday, she was flying to France. So she flew to France, and everything is good with her life as well. So big shout out to her. And Terry, I just realized
Wesley.
something. We got to set our buddy up here.
Oh, you started filling your pockets. I was like, you filling your pockets? I'll fill my pockets.
Let me see my bag over there. Hand me my bag.
Well, here we go. When we tell you this is live, we're not joking.
But
this is really live. Here's his bag. He's going to go through it. You don't know what he's going to pull out of it.
A big shout out to Cargo Transporters, who my dad works for 13 years.
Big shout to the backpack people. That's at the hotel.
Hey, listen, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to step away. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, the driver of the number 50 star entry, one of the drivers you better keep an eye on for the 30th run into the Charlie Powell Memorial South Carolina 400. Boo Boo Dalton. You've seen him live on Finish Line. You've heard him on the phone lines. He is going to join us on set here. And yes, I have to bring a headset on the set as well. So
it's live. It's live.
We're back with more Finish Line live from Florence Motor Speedway in just a moment.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models, and they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models, and they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
Hey, welcome back to Charles. Do your job. Play the voice. You forgot. Wrong one. He gets on game out making mistakes.
Finish line.
Why isn't there music playing?
This is Finish Line.
We're not continuing this show until you play the music.
Luckily, nobody else can hear him but us.
That's the reason why I got the guy that I pay him the money that I do to do the voiceovers, okay? Like, seriously. Not you. My buddy David Lee Craig.
Mm.
Yeah, DavidLeeImaging.com, by the way. The guy that does the voiceover. This is Finish Line. That guy. Okay, I wish I had a voice like that. Welcome back to Florence. Hey, there you go. Do it one more time and do it right, Charles. Come on.
This is Finish Line.
That's fair. That's fair. It sounded good.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, joining us is the driver of the number 50 star, of course, out of, what is it, Asheboro, Roland, North Carolina. Liberty, North Carolina. Ross Boo Boo Dalton is in the house. Ross, it's always good to see you, my friend. How you doing?
Sir. Glad to be here. I'm awesome, man. I'm really looking forward to this great weekend. Really excited. We unloaded today, and race cars just like it was when we left here.
So normally there would be like a big crowd here, and you got to thank your missus, right?
Yeah,
and everybody else that's here.
Number one fan.
Number one
30,
fan.
40
fan
people
right
there. You got the number one fan side, literally number one fan, not the other number one, right?
So, I can get both.
Well, we're not going to do that on the show here.
But she ain't on camera. She can do whatever she wants.
That's right. She's making faces right now. I'm telling you. So, cold night here. But you said you like this kind of weather, though.
Yeah,
like this kind of racing.
This is my favorite time to race. Honestly, when it's this weather, man, I love it. It's just it fits the big boy category. So.
Big boy category. Yeah.
The racetracks just they don't really. I mean, everybody gets worried and complain about losing grip and everything else. And I'm not saying that they don't, but I think it just gives us another character to have to work around.
So, driver for Colton Farms Racing,
Yep.
In addition to MPM Marketing, last time he was here at Florence Motor Speedway was the October 22nd race. He went to Victory Lane, and that was a stretch where you won about 3 straight weeks in a row with races, of course, at Caraway. Then, of course, you went to Orange County. Then you came down here and you won it, of course, at Florence. And then you went to Carteret County, and I think you done well there. I want to let everybody know, too. He's running the All-Pro Limited Late Model Series event. That will be the 100-lap prelude to the 400 at the South Carolina 250 tomorrow, which, by the way, you can watch on Flow Racing. And the Flow Racing broadcast production crew, they're already here. They're getting everything set up. Tony Stevens, everybody with Pit Row TV. It was great to see Rob Blunt and Matthew Dillner, my buddy in the pits this afternoon, and seeing what they're doing. Dylan Mamba Smith, one of the guys with NASCAR Digital, a guy that I've known for many, many years. And, of course, he's back in a race car this weekend as well. But you're running the Limited.
He's in the race car that I drove last weekend at Hickory.
Really?
Yeah.
The 170 car, I think it is?
I don't know what number he is, but it was number 1 last weekend.
Okay.
So, my mic's going in and out.
Yeah.
What happened to you? Can we hear you?
Check 1, 2. Nope.
I can't hear him.
Nope.
Live.
Nope. Hey. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, that's
Live.
actually
Somebody
the car.
pulled the damn cord too far. What is it? No, it's all good.
That's actually the car that I drove last weekend for Lee Falk at Hickory. So I actually got to meet Mamba. He's actually a really good dude. Like, he's
Mamba.
freaking awesome, man. He came in the race shop the other week whenever I was getting that car ready to go to Hickory, and met him. He's super. And just got to say thanks to Coleman Farms, NPM Marketing, Lee Falk, all them people, man. Last weekend was an opportunity of a lifetime just to be able to drive for a team of that caliber. And Michael messaged me with the things that happened to us at Hickory, and kind of stinks that those things happened to us. With a little bit of car issue, and to still finish second with it the way that it was a huge accomplishment.
And Tristan McKee was the one that won the race.
No, Baumgartner, the kid that's
Baumgartner, Michael Baumgartner, I think his name is.
He's been pretty stout there all year long, and he was really good. He was really good in that race.
Well, what do you think of this field of limiteds? I mean, obviously we kind of hinted on them a little bit on Finish Line this afternoon. But more coverage of the late model stocks. But, I mean, there's a good field of limited late model cars that are out here.
Oh, absolutely, man. This race right here is, even when it was at Myrtle Beach, this is the biggest race for the limited late models. Zacharias just puts on such a great show. He draws people from everywhere, and it's always a blast. He makes sure that we're taken care of, and I'm really looking forward to it. And that's something that, last weekend, I keep going back to last weekend, but at Hickory, like, they had this rule where people that run late model couldn't drop down to run limited.
Sure.
And there was some confusion there. Some of the people thought that I had won late model races. Well, if I've ever won a race that's called a late model race, it's been with a 450 carburetor. It's not full-fledged late model. It's
limited late model.
The top tier of that track that they call late model, but they run limited rules. So I just wanted to clear that up, because I don't want people thinking that I'm a late model racer, because I'm far from it. I ain't got the money to do it, and I can't afford to do it. And the only reason I'm doing it this weekend is because if we can have some good luck and put this thing back in Victory Lane tomorrow night, we got a locked-in spot for the late model race. So,
well, I would talk about the characteristics of this track, because you kind of brought that up when it came to the weather, the track that's going to change. We started practice. It was 59 degrees outside, I think was the high today.
It felt okay.
We ended practice, about an hour and a half ago, hour or so. It was like 41.
Yeah.
The grip level is going to change tomorrow. Yeah. What did you learn today that you're going to push it?
It's 38 degrees right now, just so y'all know. Okay.
What are you going to transfer tomorrow? And what do you take from Hickory? These tracks, all wore out.
I mean, it's just these race tracks, they've got such old.
See, it's so damn cold, his microphone keeps messing up. All right, try it now.
Yep.
You had it. It is cold.
There we go.
It is cold.
Yep. You got me now.
If this happens again, we're going off the air. Okay, when it's live, it's live. Even with Boo Boo. Okay, I'm gonna become Yogi Berra in this meeting.
So yes, you're right. I mean, even at Hickory last weekend with these old racetracks and stuff, it's the colder it gets, you would want to say that the racetrack loses bite, and it definitely does. But it also, there's such a fine line. Like, it can gain bite if it's hot all day. It can gain bite by the sun going down and cooling back off. And then once it gets too cold, then it loses that bite again. So there's such a fine line there, and you just got to be in between it. And the limited this weekend's on a harder compound tire because it's what Zacharias can get his hands on for the limited. So that was our main focus today, was to get here and get on them tires versus what we was on here in whatever month it was for the week.
Sure.
Last time we was here and just get a feel for the race car, and I mean, it really wasn't that big of a difference.
Now, Ross, obviously, again, Ross Boo Dalton joining us here. He'll be a part of the South Carolina 250. By the way, some people are asking questions in regards to the race tomorrow, and I will give you the full schedule rundown on everything here before we do sign off the air on Finish Line Live for our afternoon recap show. But I do want to let you know that I believe, there will be time limits enforced for everything tomorrow. And I have to say, I mean, I know that you are a great driver. You got 100 laps. I think it's a 1 hour time limit, 50 laps for the street stocks and the mini stocks, and they've got a 30-minute time limit. You want all these guys to be a part of the show, but there's got to be a time limit enforced because
Absolutely.
You don't want people out here freezing in the cold like it is right now.
That's right. And Zacharias has always put a time limit on everything. He'll be the first one to say if we keep wrecking, like he'll come over to the spotter stand and tell them, like, hey, we're cutting this thing if y'all keep wrecking. So, I mean, it's nothing new. I mean, anybody that's raced with Zacharias knows that's how he operates. And, I mean, I have no hard feelings with that. I mean, it sucks if you're running third and you need them extra those last 25 laps. But, I mean, if you can't get it while you got it, you might as well roll on with it.
I got you, man.
I got a question on I want to talk about the struggles of it is to get to a racetrack nowadays. Obviously, a lot of stuff's going up. It's hard to find sponsorship. It's hard to put that car on the racetrack for you as a racer. Yeah. What's the challenges for these up-and-comers, these young kids, 16, 17 years old, that's having a hard time getting their car to the track? What kind of advice do you push to them and say, look, man, just keep going. You're going to find it. And what did you do in your career that kind of boosted you up to be a winner, to be a multi-time winner at tracks like this?
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
it is so cold. I think your mic is messing up, and my phone is even freezing up. Like, seriously, here I can't even. Yeah, he said the phones are heat sensitive. Boo, what were you saying, buddy?
I've been at this since 2009, so I've always ran limited late model. I've never really tried to step too far out of my category there and stay local as I possibly could. And until here recently, we've started traveling quite a bit and being able to go from racetrack to run these limited shows. And, the biggest thing is to carry yourself with pride. Like, no matter if you unload the biggest piece of crap on the backstretch, if it's yours,
or take care of her.
If it's yours and you're proud of it, be proud of it. Like, carry yourself high. Like, that's how I've always looked at it. And everybody, I've always had, I'm not saying I've had crappy stuff, but I've always had secondhand stuff.
Sure.
And I've never looked at it any different. I've always been proud of everything I've had. And that's just, you kind of got to be that way and just be proud of yourself and do the best you can. Carry yourself with pride and just move on to, if you have a bad show, like, obviously we all get mad. I mean,
you've had your share.
And I mean, I'll be the first one. I'll be the first one to say, like, I'll fly hot in a hurry. But the next week, that guy walks up to my trailer and needs something, he can have it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna. It's just not. You're not going to get nowhere being that way. So
I think it's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah,
it's the sport that we're in. One minute you're your best friends, and the next minute you're enemies.
Absolutely.
And I think the reason why is because it's, and I tell people this all the time in my 30-year career, something about these drivers, crew members, girlfriends, wives as well. There's sometimes you got to put a chain on them. No disrespect for the people out there, but I mean, 9 times out of 10 you get the drivers and they got about got it broke apart.
No, you're right.
And then the girls and the wives and the mothers and the daughters and all of a sudden you got.
Yeah.
So yeah. But back to answer your question to try to end this subject. Shut up, Charles. Gates open up tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. On-track activity will begin around 10 o'clock with practice for the late models and more. Then the other classes for limited late model mini stock and street stock will be going at 2 o'clock. That's when he'll be on Speedway. And grandstands open up at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. Just for everybody that was asking that question, grandstands open up at 3:30 on Saturday. Or on Friday. Grandstands open up on Saturday for the race for the people that were asking, beginning at 3:30 as well. So 3:30 on Friday, 3:30 Saturday, but we'll be here. And, of course, coverage on Flow Racing if you can't be here live. He is running in the All-Pro. And there goes Bobby Tumbles tonight. I got to tell you some stories about him, too. He's planning to run with Everett Lucas and Bobby Tumblespin, and they made a decision at the last minute to come run the race here at Florence. But Ross, to answer your question or to elaborate more on what we're talking about, you are in the All-Pro Limited Late Model event. That is 100 laps. If you win the race, you then get the option to run the NASCAR.
You have the provisional.
Yeah, you can run the South Carolina 400.
You're locked in. You're 100% ready to go. And we've supported Zacharias all year long with that All-Pro deal, and I hope that he can get the wheels off the ground with it next year. It's such a great program, such a great series.
Sure.
For the guys like me that don't have the money to run Cars Tour but wants to travel from racetrack to racetrack and have some type of a tour series to go chase points from racetrack to racetrack. And if he can get the wheels off the ground on that deal, it's going to be big, and hopefully some of these late or limited guys can see that and look forward to next year and get their cars ready and come join us with the All-Pro deal. So we've supported him with that, and like I said, I'm a limited racer, man. I can't afford to go no higher. I mean, I've got great sponsorship, great following between Hudson Auto Works and Coltman Farms and MPM and the Lee Folks and all of them, but at the grand scheme of things, I'm not going to go run 12th every weekend versus going and being competitive for the win. So, I'm proud to be a limited racer. That's who I am. And,
would you run the South Carolina 400 if you
absolutely?
If you
we're planning to race it whether we win tomorrow night or not.
Okay.
Like we brought tires, we brought the carburetor, we brought everything to change over to run the late model race.
I hope I'm not stepping on toes here, but one of the things that me and him talked about in the pit lane during the sequence of the first show, you kind of gave me your little displeasure of late model stocks running limited late model race tomorrow, even though they're making modifications and changes. You kind of said, man, I don't agree with that. If you're a late model stock, you stay in the A field.
Yeah,
don't put a late model stock with a limited late model, make modifications to build cars.
Well, and the biggest thing is you can't fault them for it. I mean, they're trying to lock themselves in with a guaranteed spot. So I mean, it does suck for a limited guy to be limited and have to race against these full-fledged race car teams, and the guys that run late model stock all year long, they're going to jump down and run a limited race for one race. But it kind of sucks in the same sense. But I mean, here we are, limited guys. I mean, we're proud of what we got. They don't mess with this little motor stuff. So for us to have the opportunity to jump out there and race against them, and they're kind of stepping on our ball field, like maybe we can show them how to run limited. So I don't know. It's different.
Hey,
It's a big deal.
Terry, he's had a pretty interesting 2022 racing season. If people do not know, he started off really, really big, hot. I was down there working the New Year's Bash at Dillon Motor Speedway. By the way, shameless plug to Ron Barfield and the 13th annual New Year's Bash presented by RV Superstore. Brown's RV Superstore will be January the 5th, 6th, and 7th at the Dillon Motor Speedway in South Carolina New Year's weekend. The Icebreaker will be here at Florence again in February. That's a big event. And but one of the things that you had was you started with a lot of momentum. Yeah. You were winning in so many different cars. As a matter of fact, you were down there in Victory Lane with me with MAV TV at the Challenger race, and you point blank said, "My intent is to run the Cars Tour full time."
Yep.
And then everything changed.
Well, we had talked to some of the Cars Tour people and actually put in the application, I think, to be part of the tour in 12, and then that's when Zacharias come out with the
All-Pro limited late model. Yep.
And so whenever he come out with that, I was like, "Ooh, there we go. That's more my speed."
So let's recap here. you go from the cars program to the all-pro limited late models. You get in a scary crash at Greenville Pickens Speedway. Yeah. Can you tell us what that was like back in April, what you went through, and then, of course, the road to recovery and how fast you got back in a race car? But then there was the trials and tribulations and the tempers and sometimes the arguments that happened throughout trying to get back in the road to success.
Yeah, it was big. We as a race team since 2009, we've never had to experience anything like that. So to go and just total loss a race car, I mean, like I said, we're limited. So when we're not like these guys. Like, they can just afford to knock the clips off of them, take them, have them reclipped, and be back the next week. When we did that, like, that race car is still not put together.
Right.
So, it hurt in a big way. But, as a
John Spence, one of the best flagmen in the business in the house. Where are you at today? You're in flagging practice. Working. See, people working.
It kind of was an eye opener. It was not kind of. It was an eye opener just to slow down and I like I told the guys at Pitwall Podcast. You wake up in a bed in a hospital where you don't know where you're at. You don't know anybody around you. You got 15, 16 people working on you, and you have no earthly idea what happened, what went on. I was blacked out. Like, I don't remember nothing of it. And, it just kind of, it was an eye opener, and it was, as bad as it sounds, like I told them, it was something that was supposed to happen, because I laid there by myself for a long time, and I learned a lot from that experience. So, luckily, I was okay. We walked away from it. It was mind-boggling to have that happen to our team with the momentum that we had going into that race. That's one of our favorite racetracks. We normally run really good there, and so we've to have that happen there, it kind of sucked, but we picked up and got our old car back out, had it freshened up, and went through it from head to toe, and we're back in old Black Betty, and she's not let us down yet this year. So we've had a really good race car just about everywhere we showed up.
Yeah, I tell you, I appreciate your humbleness. Like, you don't get very many drivers that come up and talk to anybody, whether it's iRacing or real life, that is just down to earth, that has that old country boy mentality.
Yeah.
That you show up to that racetrack and you got a piece under it. You respect that car. You respect the track. You respect the people around you. Sponsor-wise, if you're making a pitch to a sponsor out here and you're trying to tell them, hey, look, you want to put some money on somebody, on a car that's going to go out there and compete their butt off every single week. It's going to give you 120%. What do you tell that sponsor right there if you're looking at the camera?
I mean, with that being said, like, it's so hard to promote a business, because if I live in Liberty, I'm going to that business in Liberty, and then here I am, I travel from place to place to place to place. So
sure, I
had to back up and punt. I was like, I can't go to a place in Liberty and ask them, say, hey, I need money to go racing. Well, too bad. Good luck. And so, I mean, I had to step back, and I was like, man, I got to figure something out. And like I said, Michael and Lee Falk have always been really great friends of mine. I look at Lee as a dad and Michael as a brother, and just such great people. And
they're fielding a lot of cars this weekend.
They are. And they sent me toward Tanya at MPM Marketing, and when I got hooked up with her, like, she took me in and just has made my life 100% different. Like, the promotion of me, my fans that follow me, they know exactly where I am, what I'm doing, who I'm going with.
Sure.
The whole 9 yards. She does such a great job on that. And luckily, man, I was able to lock in a sponsor last year with Hudson Auto Works, and they came back on board for next year. And with Tanya's help, she's actually got me hooked up with this guy named Brett Coltman at Coltman Farms Racing.
Coltman Farm Racing. And they've expanded from dirt to pavement now.
He's full-fledged dirt guy.
Yeah, they've expanded from dirt to pavement.
We went to Charlotte to the World Finals to support him and his dirt guys, and he's got a good organization there. He's got the right people, and like, he's working toward making big moves there as well. So he was able to venture out and help us with the asphalt stuff. And I had never met him till Martinsville, and when Martinsville came around, he jumped on, and he's like, heck yeah, I like it, let's do it. So he's give us the green light for next year. He's going to help us some. So now here I am. I went from not ever having no help to having two really, really good sponsors. And Tanya has done nothing but promote them with her own love. And she knows that without them, I couldn't succeed like I do. So she makes sure that they're taken care of.
Final question. We'll let you go. We're going to recap all of the practice times here for this Thursday practice day of the 30th running of the Charlie Powell Memorial South Carolina 400. This is Ross Dalton again, the 50-star. He'll be at a Liberty, and he'll be driving the All-Pro Limited Late Model Series South Carolina 250 100 lapper tomorrow night. And the cool thing is whoever wins that race automatically gets a bid into the South Carolina 400 late model race. I got to ask you this question. Can a limited late model run with these late model stocks and have a shot to win that prestigious trophy and that close to $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 purse to win?
I mean, I that's why I came with the confidence to be able to run the late model race. We was really good here month back whenever we came for the whatever that race was. And
October 22nd, you were here.
Yeah. Then I had such a great race car then that it gave me the confidence to be able to come and run the limited show on Friday and hopefully have the opportunity to run the late model race, because Adam McCumbee finished second to me, and he wasn't no slouch.
And Matt Cox right there in third. Yeah, I remember that.
And so, I mean, it wasn't like there was no slouch on the front stretch. I feel like any one of the top three, we could venture into the late model world and have a shot at winning it. So, just got to have racing luck, man. It's just one of those deals. You got to sit out there and ride for a first 150 and pick it up, and hopefully you're in the right spot at the right time.
And but with the tires, and of course with the cold weather, that's got to be. And, that's got to be a fair field for, obviously, the late model stocks have got these 650 horsepower engines. Limited late models cut at about 500, 450, 500. Yep. But with the tires, with the, he gave us heat. Thank you, Steve.
You're my pick to win.
What? Thank you.
You. I'm going to have to make sure I follow you.
Don't mention it.
I sure hope. And that's good.
We just need to bring it a little closer. Yeah. Bring it a little closer.
I just like how down to earth you are. You don't get very many people come up here and just that down to earth. Yeah, you'll get over it. I'm 6'3".
Terry got to come down like this. I'm trying to duck goose,
all
right?
All the people watching, like you were the epitome of what a real race car driver.
Well, he's been through a lot. He's a guy that I've known for at least 3 to 5 years.
I was riding go-karts at the King of the Concrete when you first started.
That was a long time ago. Stop telling people how old I am.
Just hearing you pose yourself and tell people out there like how good
I miss the King of the Concrete, by the way. Somebody out there, a promoter in kart racing, Terry Odom, somebody. Mackie Flood, somebody needs to get together and they need to bring the greatest show on syrup at Greensboro Coliseum back again, the King of the Concrete, because that was one of the funnest things that I remembered being able to do. And I've traveled all over the country and I've done all sorts of great sporting events. But Terry, I'm telling you, man, look up King of the Concrete on your social media, on YouTube, on Facebook, and that's how we met each other. Was you running that? Yeah. What was that like? What's it like running inside the Coliseum, and you hear the roaring crescendo of the fans from the Coliseum, and obviously there's a difference of the fans, cheers and boos because you're indoors, and you're turning 8-second laps. Around that Coliseum. It's different than being in a late model car.
Oh, absolutely. You don't have time to think. Like, it's all natural instinct. There's no time to think, well, I need to turn here. Can I move my line up to help this? Like, no, you're locked, loaded. You're making it happen. It happens fast. They wreck in front of you.
Hey, you're hogging my heat.
So. She might be your number one fan sitting right here, but I'll be your number one fan standing next to you.
That's right.
I'll be your favorite.
Well, listen, by the way, we thank you because you're probably the only race car driver that actually stepped up here to be live. I mean, I invited some other people, but I mean, look, they don't want to freeze their ass off. Okay, I get it. We got Porta Johns coming in. We've got the heat being turned on.
And the heat next
we just need to bring that heat about another 15 feet close to the stage. You're hogging the heat
and the White Claws.
I mean, this place is packed for a Thursday night. Like,
what a turnout!
When I pulled in,
and this is what
I pulled in. I left home at 12. I got here at like 2:30, 3 o'clock, right in there. And when I got here, I was like, dude, Zacharias is completely out of room already.
Right, and one of the things that me and Steve Zacharias talked about was this is just the late models and the limited.
Yeah.
You might have a
That's what
couple
I'm
of
saying.
super trucks and mini stocks.
Yeah.
I saw 3 super street stock cars, all the street stocks and the mini stocks and the limiteds and all them run tomorrow. Well, then they're going to leave. A bulk of them will. And then you've got more cars coming in with the super trucks and the Bandoleros and the Legends. And I'm going to tell you something. If you're here live in attendance or if you watch on Flow Racing for the coverage of the South Carolina 400 weekend, man, you think of Owen Zacharias, you think of AK Performance, you think of the Legends and the Bandoleros. They put on a great show here at Florence Motor Speedway, Boo Boo.
Yep, they do, and it's so fun to watch them because that's the up and coming. So to watch them guys, man, I enjoy watching them.
Hey, one more question. We'll let you go. I see you got the Joy of Seaton. We've known Randy LaJoy, Corey LaJoy, Casey LaJoy. He celebrated a birthday a couple of weeks ago. Longtime friends of mine in the racing industry. 2-time NASCAR Busch Series champion, Xfinity champion of Randy LaJoy. Have you hooked up with LaJoy of Seating? Are they doing your safety seats?
Yep, absolutely, always. I've had their seat ever since I first stepped foot in a late model stock. So I just ordered another one from them at the World Finals at the dirt track. So
awesome.
Yep, Randy and his family and Corey
and Jimmy Smith. Got to give Jimmy some love.
They all, man, they're such great people. They've always made sure that Randy gives me hell every time I step in there, though.
Where's everybody find your merch at? Where do I go buy me one of your hats?
Yes.
We just, like I said, man.
I need a hat. I gotta get a hat.
We're mom and pop, dude. So if you want a hat or a shirt, I mean, unfortunately, we don't have no hats right now. But I've got shirts.
I gotta get something. I gotta get your autograph before we leave here.
Yeah,
you're gonna get a #1 fan out of me. I'm gonna follow you 100%.
That's awesome. Thank you.
And by the way,
that's what I want.
Was it Ross Boo Boo Dalton? You can follow him at Ross Dalton Racing.
Ross
right?
Dalton Racing on Facebook, and you get all the updates there. Tanya at NPM Marketing, she stays on top of it, like I said, and I'm always trying to share it on my personal Facebook, and Logan, my girlfriend, she's always trying to share it on
Logan's
Facebook.
doing social promotion right now as we
she's
speak,
sitting over there
right?
on the
Just
phone
make
right
sure
now.
you tag my name, all right? Make sure you tag our names and everything in there.
And so,
but hey, listen, no,
we
Ross,
always try to make sure that the fans know where we're at, what
Certainly.
we're doing, and where we're going. So.
And Ross, in closing, buddy, we've known each other for a long time, and you've always been easy to talk to. I mean, I think we've known each other long enough where I know when it's time to ask you a question or to leave you the hell alone because it's not been a good day at the racetrack.
That's right.
But when it comes to the media side of things, I think you get it. You know, you've always never said, hey, I can't be on your show, or hey, man, I don't want to be on, or whatever. You've always been welcoming, and we appreciate that.
Anything to get my name seen, somebody to follow me, a new follower. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's pretty cool. We was at Orange County, and I had won the race, and we come out, and some of my crew was camping there.
Okay.
And so we came out.
We got people camping over there?
Yeah. We came out, and when we came out, the guy was standing there with some of my crew, and they said, "Is that the driver?" And I said, "Yeah." And he was like, and there was 2 little kids, and they was pumped up, man. Like, they was so excited that they got to meet a race car driver.
Right.
Well, Logan was holding the trophy in the front seat, and I walked over there and grabbed the trophy and signed it, and I handed it to him, man. It wasn't probably 2-3 hours later, he was on my Facebook showing me pictures of where they done put it up in their room and stuff. I'm like,
that's awesome.
You know, that's what it's all about. Like,
that's right.
It wasn't going to do nothing for me but go home, hold a hat, and collect dust. So, you know, I mean, just to have that opportunity and people to look so far and beyond that, like, just slow down a little bit. Enjoy the little moments.
Ross, thank you for your time, brother.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Thank y'all.
You definitely made time fly by very quickly. Hang tight real quickly. That's Ross Boo Boo Dalton. He'll be in action on the South Carolina 400. The prelude to the South Carolina 400 is tomorrow night. That's the South Carolina 250. He's in the 100-lap race for the All-Pro Limited Late Model Series. You can watch it only on Flow Racing. Terry and myself wrap things up on our hour coverage of Finish Line live from Florence Motor Speedway when we return.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN, the Community Radio Network. This is Finish Line.
Do I come in? Do you back up? How do we try to make it be where we're evenly together, right? 'Cause I feel like
my hat's cut off. I have to just squat down a little bit so I can see the hat. Yeah, I'll get to your level.
I don't have to
you
move.
Ain't gotta
You just gotta bend down like that right there, right? Okay. Hey everybody, welcome back to Finish Line. He is Terry Radford. I'm Wesley Outlet, and we're about to wrap up our coverage here for today. You know what's so cool, Terry? I tell people this all the time. As fast as you, shut up. I wish it was. He's a smart ass.
Of him.
Did you hear what he said?
I'm tired of him.
Oh,
I'm tired of him.
If you people heard him, I'm telling you.
I'm so tired of him.
Why?
He just talks too much in there.
He's our producer. He's our producer. No, by the way, we couldn't do it without Charles. Charles, chime in here, man. I know you want to talk. Go ahead and hit the damn button. I know you want to say something. So go ahead. Let everybody know what you're. I said, you know what was so cool? And you said the weather. And he's just like, but he's right, though. It is cold.
It is cold. It is cold. But
my daddy used to tell me it's colder than a well diggers. You know what? Back in the day, right?
Well, you know what's going to warm us up next? What's going to warm us up tomorrow? We got racing that's going to happen on out here. Saturday we got racing going on out here.
What'd you say on here? We're gonna have it on here.
We got racing out here. We got these heaters out here to our right. We'll do the pill draw tomorrow. We got heaters out here. We're gonna have a party out here. We'll have a band at the stage. So if you are in the Florence, South Carolina area, you're in this area, get tickets. Come out here. We're gonna be partying on the stage right. I mean, we're literally in turn one right now. There's the gate. There's turn 1. I mean, we're within spitting distance of the racetrack.
All the haulers are packed up.
All the haulers are, a couple are still out, but we're right here. We're right here. We're ready to go. We got bleachers over here. We got the stands over there. We're going to have a big block party tomorrow. And what did Zach say? He likes to party. And we like to party too, so we're going to party with him. We're going to party right here.
Ain't no party like a parking lot party.
Ain't no party like a parking lot party. And we're going to do it right here in Florence Speedway.
And by the way, tomorrow, Finish Line will also be with the collaboration of the Chicken Bone Alley podcast.
Yeah.
I want to send a big shout out to my buddy David Rogers, Chicken Bone Alley podcast on social media, all social media platforms. And by the way, we will be collaboration together for the South Carolina 400 Pill Draw Pit qualifying party. I'll be on the stage. David Rogers will be the co-host together up on the stage. We'll have the NASCAR drivers come up. We'll ask them a question or two, maybe Dale Jr., 2 or 3. My buddy here's got a question as well, because you're going to be on camera.
I'll be on camera. I got a question that hopefully Josh Edmondson is watching, because he asked me to ask this question, and I promised my boys in my Discord.
You tell Josh Edmondson and iRacing that if
going to make this question happen. He is a pro world champion, and he asked me to ask this question, and I promised him I would do it. And all my boys in the E-Racers Discord is going to be so proud of me, because guess what? They tune it in for that tomorrow. They're ready to tune in.
That people they know what you're talking about.
The people watching here on LSRTV know, because guess what? We're about to do some iRacing, my guy.
We are.
And we're going to do some iRacing right over yonder, right where Flow Sports is going to be Saturday night doing this race. We're going to be standing there ready to go with this beautiful backdrop over us, because this is awesome. This is Florence Motor Speedway, baby.
We will be in the Flow Racing broadcast booth tonight to cover the Northwest Racing Series truck finale at Homestead Miami Speedway. Terry, myself will be up in the broadcast booth. Of course, Tim Moore, Jason Rockefeller will be joining us. We'll have a pit reporter. Oh, they'll be at home. We'll have a pit reporter. We'll have them. Yeah, they are. Yeah, we're warm up there. I promise you. We've got heat. So Terry's getting me hungry, Charles, because he said something about we're going to a country.
We're going to that little family diner right over down the road, and then tomorrow we'll shout them out for being in the Florence area.
Buffet
I don't know what it is. I think it's a little family diner. It's right out here, right at the Speedway. You take a left, go down the road. It's on the left.
Okay,
we're going right there. I passed it. We'll take pictures and post it out there for people in the Florence area to go eat at a good little family diner.
There you go. Well, listen. You see the logo here. As always, you can watch on Flow Racing. Thanks to all of our affiliates: Fox Sports Radio, the Community Radio Network, iHeartRadio Sports, and of course, in addition, LSR Productions, Racing Rocket Media, or Rocket Racing Media, for joining us. And hey, Snowshoe Lady, come over here.
She's drinking the White Claws, though. Oh, wait, you got Bud Light Lime this time. What's it this time? See, she's got the seltzers, the Bud Light seltzers. That's trash.
That's all they have at the gas station.
That's tragic.
What did you say? It's the Bud Light
That's
seltzer?
Tragic.
No, it's a Bud Light hard soda. Oh, we're doing this.
We are. We're live.
Tragic.
Yes, we are.
She's already partying. It's okay. No, you can drink on camera. We don't.
All over.
It's a party. All right.
Yeah. So, but getting used to. Well, here we go. Yeah, we'll put your headset on here.
Oh my God.
Here you go. Get in the middle.
You get in the middle.
We'll go into overtime here. We'll go into overtime here.
Only because you're drinking a Bud Light.
But so let everybody know who you are, though, because with the times that we've ran into each other, you've done stuff with like Legends Car, U.S. Legends Car, INEX, and more. You can drink an adult beverage on the show. That's fine. I'll have a Pepsi. Let everybody know your name and, of course, being a part of what you're doing at Florence.
Okay. Oh, God. It's so loud.
It is.
Yeah.
And I'm a loud person.
It's okay.
It's perfect. Let me know. I'll turn you down here.
It happens.
I also hate that I can. Oh, wait. Now I can't hear myself.
So
is that better?
Yeah. No. Now I have to look at myself the whole time. Okay.
The camera's here.
Okay. Well, I can see myself there.
You can look at yourself.
That's just a monitor. That's just
I can't see me there. I'm too tall.
Okay. Oh, that's true. Hey, America.
Yes.
And everyone.
So listen, back in the day,
they never put me on TV, and this is why.
They watching you. They're listening to you on radio as well. Back in the day, if you called INEX or U.S. Legends Cars, this is the lovely voice that you heard.
Yes. So
call and answer your company.
Yeah. So my name is Layla Razmiar. I worked for Speedway Motorsports. Razmiar. I'm Persian, like the cat. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I worked for U.S. Legend Cars and actually NX. Fun fact, it's actually NX, short for inexpensive.
That's right.
Yes, fun. Another fun fact, full of fun facts tonight. Worked there for a really long time. Was an intern there, and then ended up doing all the major events for U.S. Legend Cars and NX, and got to meet the Zacharias family.
That's right.
And just kind of over time, developed a working relationship, and turned into family. So it's been a really good time. We're really excited. This is a huge weekend for all of us here at Florence, for everybody. We know everyone's excited for not only junior racing this weekend, but everybody that's out here.
There's a great field of cars out there. And by the way, don't think that Dale Jr. is going to come in and walk the dog on this field. You got the best of late model stock car out here.
Tough competition. It's going to be a really great weekend. We're really excited. We've got I think we've got mini stocks, street stocks, limiteds tomorrow night.
Bandoleros.
Bandos and my bandos and my legends, all my little babies.
Right. I mentioned that about 10 minutes ago. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yep.
And I will say this, Charles, in Texas, if you remember when we done Finish Line live from North Wilkesboro and we talked about the late model race, you heard me say Carson Quapple could win that race.
Yeah.
Well, guess who ended up winning the race? Carson Quapple ended up winning the big race at the Cars Tour event at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. And he's here. The Cars Tour champion is here. Ty Majeski from Seymour, Wisconsin. Since the Zacharias family have got Florence Motor Speedway and they brought this race here.
Hickory's track champions here. Landon Huffman's here in the High Rock Vodka.
You got to remember the track champion, Cade Brown.
Cade Brown is here. Mention him, the 16 car.
So he'll be here. So it's going to be a tough weekend, and it's going to be really exciting.
You want to talk about a top 10 that could just be shaken up by somebody getting mad and wrecking somebody in turn one? That top 10 is going to get shook up. Somebody wrecks them in one.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be, it really, truly is going to be a wild card as to who takes the checkered flag Saturday night. And we're going to have an amazing crowd. It's going to be massive.
It's going to be the best race of the season.
It's really, it's going to be really exciting.
No, you were telling me, Kazmiar, that this is that broadcast school paid off, didn't it?
It did.
This is your last race because you're getting ready to go travel abroad. You're going to go all over the country. I'm not going to see you no more.
No, I did that already. I did my tour de Europe.
Okay.
No. I've already done that. I've done my little eat, pray, love journey.
Okay.
Gross.
I know.
She told me you were going out of town, so you were going out of the country. So, yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what my life looks like at this point.
Yeah.
We're just all kind of
I don't either.
Yeah, no. I just honestly just appear places and do what I'm told.
That's kind of like what I did here. He was like, hey, you want to come do it? Like,
yeah, whatever. We're just like, I know YOLO was so 2017.
That's
or
YOLO.
Whatever.
That's still YOLO.
We're YOLOing so hard.
Lonely Island wrote the best song in the world. YOLO.
They did, honestly.
It's the battle cry of a generation.
It really is. And we're old now.
Talking about Coldplay, Yellow?
No. Lonely Island.
Yeah,
with Adam Levine.
They were
talking about Hold On.
Yeah, he was in the song. Come on now.
But there is a song called Yellow by Coldplay,
I'm on a boat. I'm warm. I'm with T-Pain. That's where we are.
That's right. We're here.
But
it's cold here.
It's cold here. The racing is going to just heat up the crowd, though, guys.
Yes.
I got a degree in public relations, y'all.
I bet you did.
Yeah, you need to be, yes, for sure.
Yeah, you're firing us up.
But no, in all seriousness, all jokes aside, the Zacharias has put so much work into this weekend.
Sure.
The drivers have put in so much work. We saw them practicing today.
Yes.
They did an amazing job. And this is just if this is indicative of how the rest of the weekend is going to be
massive.
It's going to be massive. The crowd is going to be amazing. The energy here Friday night.
I'm just glad I'm working the event because I would not want to try to buy a ticket.
And we still got tickets left.
Being honest,
we got tickets left.
We do have to. Oh gosh, my hand talking.
Just do it. Just throw them out there.
We do have tickets.
I don't know what to do with my hands right now.
That's why I'm like. So no, we do still have tickets available.
Yes.
Friday, plenty. Saturday, we are heading towards a sellout.
I like it.
Which is so exciting.
Let's sell this place out.
Now, Christy Kazmiar, she works here at the racetrack all during the week with the Zacharias family. So, Christy, what has it been like with all of the prep and the
Christy
work?
Now?
What's your name?
I'm Layla.
Layla Kazmiar. I'm sorry, Layla.
It's okay.
Also, the last
Layla
name
Kazmiar.
The last name still starts with an R.
Kazmiar?
Razmiar? Or Ramirez. I answer to both.
Ramirez.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I'll just say Ramirez because I'm going to screw the other one up.
For sure.
So we got Layla Razmiar here.
Yes.
And finally got it right. Razmiar. It's so damn cold.
Or Bud Light Seltzer.
I will answer to Bud Light Seltzer.
All the work, though, Layla, that's been going in here. They brought in more grandstands, cleaning all this area out. We're going to have this whole stage slam full tomorrow night.
We got a band tomorrow night. And I know tomorrow night the late model drivers are
I'll be up here.
Yes,
that's right.
So we've got a concert. They've got me on a
You're
short
on a
rope.
small.
You got about 3 feet. That's all you got, damn it. You don't need a
Okay.
You can step back more. You can take a step back.
Okay. No, so we were doing the qualifying. They are never going to let me do this ever
You're
again.
welcome back anytime you
Ever again.
want. This is fantastic content.
I'm waiting for like the text message that I feel my phone vibrating and I'm not even gonna look at it. So God knows. But no, in all seriousness, again, they are they're drawing tomorrow
You hear
night.
the guy in our head? Do you hear that? You hear the guy talking to us?
No, I don't hear
Good.
anything.
Thank God.
Well, thank goodness you're not hearing him.
Thank
Okay,
God.
good.
Oh God.
He
Ugh.
talks too much.
Sorry. Hey, guys. Hey. I don't know, I'm looking at, like Jesus is here.
God.
I don't know. Hey, but no, it's the late model drivers are drawing tomorrow night. We've got a block party. We're doing drinks, snacks, music, all of the things. I hear somebody laughing. Now.
That's who I'm telling you about.
Oh my God, this is so confusing. Oh my God, now I
That's
hear
him. That's him.
Where have you been?
That's God.
It's me, Margaret. For the record, I have had half a drink. Like
I am
I
so proud of you.
I
If
am
that's you
so-
sober, I
yeah.
want to see you drunk
No.
tomorrow night
Yeah,
because
no.
I'm gonna get drunk
you just
tomorrow
always
night.
pumped up and excited. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how you are, Layla,
it's
right?
just who I am as a
I'm
person.
digging
I'm
your
getting-
glasses, right?
I'm
digging
getting
your glasses.
I'm
Layla.
getting tore up out here tomorrow. We're allowed to bring beer in here, right? It's a 6-pack cooler.
You can't be drinking on the job.
Oh,
okay?
when the job's over, when the block party continues,
That's
but we're
right.
gonna
Yeah,
keep
no,
the
we're
block
on
party.
like our time frame here ends at I think after the late model
there
race
is no
scheduled.
curfew.
No, it's I believe the block party is supposed to begin after the limited race, which is scheduled
Right.
for like a soft 7:30.
Yeah. And then we
depending
do
on
this
And,
little
and I
show.
love, Layla, that everything is being run with time limits. You know,
Yes.
50 laps, 30
That's
minutes.
so
50
important.
laps, 30 minutes for
Right.
mini stocks, street stocks. 100 laps an hour time limit because they don't want everybody to be out here freezing
No.
to death. We got to do the block party as
You know,
well.
the block. It's going to be a really good time, and I can't wait to because the energy is going to be infectious.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be able to feel it. The stands are going to be packed. We've got I've been answering the phones, helping out over the last week or so. Minnesota, Wisconsin. There's a couple from California that are coming out.
Yeah.
New England. I mean, we have people from all over that are coming out this weekend just to kind of enjoy racing. And it's what a way to end the Florence season like this, with this crowd, with these
Yeah.
drivers. And it's really exciting for me because, again, being with US Legend Cars for so long,
Right.
so many of these names out here I've grown up with.
That's right.
So, my babies are growing up, and I've stayed 25 for
That's
the
fair.
last 8 years.
I'll take
I'm still
Liar.
25.
So you're
25.
25 plus 8. Okay. Yeah, hey,
It's a
hey,
soft 30.
May I, Layla, can we lift your foot up in the air here? I want everybody to see. I want everybody to see.
Oh, God.
I
We'll
want
hold
everybody
you,
to
we'll hold
see
you,
these
we hold you.
boots.
I got
I'm
you.
digging these
Yeah.
boots here. They're
Yeah.
awesome.
We
The-
match.
Yeah.
Whatever you got to do to stay warm, right,
Yeah.
Layla?
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
If I'm hungry or cold, it's bad news
We're total
bears. So
twinsies.
we are twinsies. I love that for you.
Whatever you got to do to stay warm.
Right,
And-
so
I need some puffy
I will.
boots.
Today was for fashion. Tomorrow will be for function. So I will be. The Uggs are probably not going to be
So
sufficient.
we should swap. I'll
Yeah,
wear
no,
the
I should
Uggs.
definitely wear.
You think you can
those.
fit in these?
I would look like a duck. Like I would
I'll
be
take that.
literally
I guess I
waddling.
look like a duck.
A duck.
All right.
A duck. So
Oh,
okay, well,
Quack, quack.
you guys, this has been real, but I was actually on the way to help Jacqueline with the concession stand
Yeah,
when
well,
they flagged
she's
me
got
down.
to
Yeah.
go.
well,
So, but
thank you.
I am sure after this interview, I will be back against my own
You
free
were
will at some point.
Totally.
There you
welcome
go.
to
Well,
come
we're getting
back
ready to get
tomorrow for
off the
block
air, but you
party.
can join
We're
us
leaving.
tomorrow, hands down. And God, you got anything you want to say there before we
Yeah.
go off the air? One
Anything?
more time,
Lord?
Charles.
God.
Lord. We will have we will have beverages available all weekend. The concession stand. Well, it's just I've gotten
It
now.
rose.
Now I've gotten no. We tried that, guys. We tried it. But no. So in all seriousness, yeah, we're gonna have plenty of beverages, children friendly and also adult, all weekend. Full concession stand. We've got a funnel cake fried Oreo truck that'll be here this weekend, which is I will be partaking in 100%.
Can't wait.
Burger stuff. We will have breakfast in the infield tomorrow morning. Coffee, hot chocolate for everybody.
Cool.
So we want to make sure you guys are taken care of. If you have not got your tickets, you can come purchase them all day tomorrow. No problem.
Right here.
Pit passes, grandstands. We'd love to have you guys come hang out. It's going to be so much fun.
And I got a feeling they're going to have the South Carolina Highway Patrol to help get all these cars in the parking lot and
And
exit
y'all
from the
make
property.
good choices. Make good. We've been speaking to Jesus, and he said, "Make good choices, y'all."
He did.
Layla, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thanks,
thank you.
guys.
She's
Thank you.
awesome. She is. I love
Enjoy
her
your Bud Light
personality.
seltzer. He
Yes.
has them. Thank
She
you,
said,
ma'am.
"Where's my sunglasses at?" Thank you, Layla.
Can we go eat?
We had to get her on.
Can we go eat?
Yeah.
You don't count. You're in a warm
Do we
room.
have any questions, comments, concerns? People dropping off like flies. What's the verdict here?
We're going to eat.
We're going to eat.
Before we get off the air, in honor of y'all having to freeze your little tushes off over there, I actually turned on the portable AC unit in my room and dropped it to 61 degrees in the office just for y'all.
It's colder here.
Yeah, well, it's 40 outside. I could open the window.
Dripping, Charles. My nose is dripping.
Well, hang on. I'll go open the window.
Cue up the music so we can get the hell out of here.
And he shaved his face this morning. I've got hair. Well, let's go.
He did, yes. Well, listen. Thank you to everybody for joining us. Any more questions, Charles, coming in the chat box? Are we done? We good? Everybody's happy?
We're going to go eat. We'll post it. We're going to the little family restaurant, little diner out around the racetrack.
Dinner's on here tonight, right?
So, yeah, we're going over yonder.
There you go. So, hey, listen, I want to say thank you to everybody, of course, with Steve Zacharias, Jacqueline Zacharias, Layla Kazmiar. Great personality. That's why I said bring her on the camera. And I've known her for almost 4 or 5 years through U.S. Legends cars, and she's just an awesome young lady.
These track workers. These track workers, these drivers, these pit crews, everybody out here that makes this race possible. They've busted their ass all weekend and all week and all year for this event right here. And it ain't possible without the fans coming in. We've almost sold the track out for Saturday Wesley.
Yeah. Like I said, when Layla was up here, I'm glad I got a media pass. I'm glad I'm working this event because if you don't have a ticket, you'd be in trouble for sure.
Get your tickets. Watch it on Flow.
Thought we had an earthquake on the damn stage.
Yeah, we did. My booth.
For Terry Radford, I'm Wesley Outlet. Thanks to Charles Wooten, as Layla calls him, God in the earpiece. Okay, Jesus. And thank you to our man behind the scenes, Jeff Sapnow, Charles Wooten, everybody at Rocket Racing Media, LSR Productions, Fox Sports Radio Carolinas, Community Radio Network, iHeartRadio Sports, Flow Racing for the race on Friday and Saturday. We're out of here. Good night. God bless. South Carolina, the 30th run into the Charlie Powell Memorial South Carolina 400 weekend. We've got more coverage from Finish Line tomorrow. Where will we be? We're going to send his ass in the pits tomorrow as well for more interviews, and more haulers are coming in as we speak. Good night from South Carolina.
This episode is an exclusive production solely for the private, non-commercial use of our listening audience. Any publication, reproduction, transmission of the accounts without the express written consent or permission is restricted and prohibited. To hear this replay or other previous podcasts, download on iHeartRadio, iTunes Radio, and TuneIn. As always, this show is for you. Thank you for listening.